How come Halloween Haunt was free and then it was an upcharge and now it's free again?
Because we couldn't make up our minds. No, actually, it's one of those things that Halloween Haunt was going to come to the park this year, wasn't going to be there last season, and it wasn't going to be a separate charge. So the reason it wasn't last year is because everyone was under the impression based on your season pass that it was included because Fair Fest had been. So we included it last year with your admission. And in wanting to change it over, the further we went into Halloween Haunt, and the more we saw how successful it was, we were like, why tamper with the success? And we think one of the ways to better control the crowd, it was going to be something we did to kind of enhance the guest experience. You could do more of the attractions. We thought maybe just add a couple more attractions, spread people out a little bit better, and do a little bit better layout of the park for Halloween Haunt. So we think that's one way to solve that issue. But also with the Platinum Pass, and as being as close as we are to Cedar Point, it's their Halloween event is included with the Platinum Pass. We wanted to kind of be a little more consistent with their park as well. But I think it's a good decision by the park to have it included, and we look forward to building on that event. In the back.
Racer, backwards, forwards.
Well, right now it's still something that's being discussed. Nothing's finalized. If something does become official in the next couple of weeks, and we know as we get closer to April on that, we'll definitely send out a press release and let everybody know what we're doing. I know there was a couple of announcements. King's Dominion, I guess, somebody from that park had mentioned that they were turning Rebel Yell around to be consistent with the other parks, but as of today, if the park opened today, it would not be both sides going forward. There would have to be some things that need to be done to change it to do that, but still in the discussion stage. It has come up, not finalized at this time though. Other questions? Back there. No, I know there's a lot of rumors about the G trains that were kind of stashed in the field or whatever, but no, those will not be going on any of the coasters this year, so it'll be the same cars that you've been riding for a number of years.
Are there any changes to the existing trains?
No, no changes at all.
Will Top Gun be painted this year?
The track part touched up in some places, but not a full paint job. I think right now the resource of that is going to go into retheming it into the new name, which is Flight Tech. And we'll talk about the names a little bit. I guess everybody knows by now what the new names of the rides are. Drop Zone becomes Drop Tower, and the Crypt is the former Tomb Raider, Backlot Stunt Coaster, which we saw in the video, and those kind of things. I know a lot of times people wonder about, is that the best you could do with the names? You'd be amazed at how many great names you come up with, but you can't use them because they're trademarked somewhere else. And we come up with 100 names, and you might only really be able to use 4 or 5 of them after you really look around and see what's going on. It's not just the amusement park industry, but there's other things. Somebody might own the rights to that name, they're a sports team, college team, whatever it may be, and you're really limited on what's now out there that you're able to use.
Yeah, the Tomb Raider is going to be a pre-show. Correct. Pre-show.
They haven't really said too much to me about what they're going to do with that yet. They just said it would be, similar but different in how you were, what the guest experience is going to be on that. I think the main thing we want to do right now with that is just make sure that the ride runs consistently. And I think that's the big primary focus right now. But it'll be, themed, kind of different than it was. But as far as a pre-show or anything like that, I haven't heard it is going to be. Go ahead.
Is there any thought to changing the programming of that? Now that it doesn't have to be to do anything?
Yes. So they're talking about doing a lot of different things with that. So a lot of work has gone into that since last year. They knew they were going to change the name. They had a part that they had to order. That's why it was down for as long as it was. It takes about 20 weeks to get the part that they needed. So they could have maybe opened the ride up for the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, but they decided to get a jump on this year. So hopefully the ride is ready to go when the park opens on April 20th. Back there in the Browns out again. Yeah, I haven't heard for sure what they're going to do with that. I know it's something that's on the list that they'd like to get it, as operational as possible. How it was supposed to be when it first debuted. Right here.
Do you know if they're going to fill up all the seats on Crypt? Because normally, it has long lines, and most of the time the seats were not all filled up. But I was wondering if they were going to do that.
What we've done with that is we're actually taking out a couple of rows of seats. So it'll be, that's why they did that, because there was a certain way with the weight distribution and everything where it wasn't running right. So we've actually taken out a couple of sections, so that won't be something they do. You'll fill up all the seats that are available now. Ryan?
What has been the reaction to the new season pass program?
It's been real positive. We've had a great year with season passes so far. The fall sales were good. The winter sales were good. The deferred payment plan was very successful. So now we're moving into the spring part of it. But season pass sales ahead of where they were this time last year, and we're pretty excited about that program. And I think some of the things that we've done with that, including the Platinum Pass, the free parking at all the parks, I think it makes a big difference. A lot of our season pass holders have gone to the Platinum Pass. Ones that just had the Gold Pass for years are now Platinum Pass holders, and I think that's a good thing for all the parks in the chain.
Will there be any new movies in the FX Theater this year?
We're working on maybe bringing something else in. As of right now, it's still SpongeBob, but we're trying to get something. If we can get it all done in time for the start of the season, we'll do that.
Video's working.
Go ahead. Get the video working.